Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Bianca and today I'm going to be talking you through my winter favourites. So I know a lot of people do monthly favourites, but I honestly don't buy enough product and I don't get sent any free products really. So I don't have enough every single month to show you a bunch of products. Can you not yell? So I don't get enough product to be able to actually show you guys a bunch of stuff that didn't work for me. Majority of the time stuff does work for me. So personally when I click onto these videos, which is most of the time, I love favourite videos. They are my favourite to watch, especially for the fails, because I love to see what didn't work for people and why it didn't work for them, because it really helps me and I also think it's kind of funny. So I do plan to do this quarterly at very least, so every season. So winter just finished, even though it's been like literally colder in Melbourne this week than it has been all of winter. But technically we are in spring now, so I'm going to be talking you through my favourites, why I love them so much, why I kept reaching for them, and then also stuff that didn't work for me, and disappointments, and why I didn't love them as much. So if you're interested in seeing this video, please keep on watching. So I'm going to be starting with my favourites. So the first product is this Designer Brands Hydrating Foundation. So I got this a couple of months ago. I think it was only at the start of winter that I actually picked this up, but I am obsessed with it. It is so good, and it's funny because the first time I tried it, I didn't love it. Like, I loved how it looked instantly on my skin, but then through the day I found that it did break up a little bit, and I found that what I did was, when I wash my face in the morning, instead of putting on my normal moisturizer underneath primer, I'm just using like a hydrating serum that's oil-free and stuff like that, because most of the foundations I use are water-based because it's for dry skin, and I found that water and oil didn't mix well. Duh, science. But I found once I switched that out and I started using the serum that it actually changed so much about how foundation wore on my skin, how it felt on my skin, how it lasted, and it's honestly been like such a light bulb moment. But yeah, this foundation is really, really nice since I started doing that. It lasts really well, buildable. It's just really nice, and I feel like even if you don't have dry skin, you don't need a hydrating serum. I still feel like if you want to get a dewy finish, then this would be really good, especially if you wanted to use like a matte primer underneath. The serum that I have been using instead of moisturizer in the morning underneath my primer is the Aesop Lightweight Facial Hydrating Serum. So this is honestly an incredible product. I don't use it as a moisturizer, only when I'm doing makeup, because it is like oil free, so it's not meant for people with dry skin, because I use a lot of oils on my skin at night and stuff to restore it after wearing makeup all day. But this works so good underneath primer, especially if you do want to avoid using a heavy moisturizer. If you do have oily skin and you want to find a good moisturizer that won't feel super heavy, I strongly suggest this one. I actually discovered it because my boyfriend uses it. I have super oily skin, so he avoids using moisturizer at all costs and uses this whenever he does feel a bit dry. And I don't know, I think what made me want to try it out is a while back I watched a Wayne Goss, is that his name? A Wayne Goss video about something, I don't know, and he mentioned that something about a primer and foundation, how they don't mix it. One's water-based and one's oil-based, and I was like, holy shit, that might be why my foundation never sits well on my skin. Once I figured that out, I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna give this a try and see if it worked. And I used it under so many primers, under so many foundations, and I saw a significant difference and a significant improvement in how my foundation wore throughout the day. So this is a bit pricey. Aesop is a little bit pricey. I think it was about $60, but it's a really big bottle and you only need a tiny bit. So yeah, I strongly suggest this one. So my next favourite is the NYX Wonder Stick. So this is like a contour stick, so one side is like a white. I actually don't use this because I just prefer to use my own concealer. But the other side is a contour side. So they come in, I'm pretty sure, 2 or 3 different shades. This is the light one. I'm pretty sure they've got a medium and a dark, I think. Don't quote me on that. I picked this up because I saw it like, I noticed it. I think it's been out for a while now. But I noticed it when Kim Kardashian brought out her contour sticks. I saw this and I'm like, this looks really familiar because it's both dual-ended. It kind of both has the same, I don't know. I know a lot of brands do like the double-ended contour stick, but this in particular looked super similar. So I was like, why not? And it is so creamy and blends out so nicely on the skin. If you are looking for a really awesome dupe for the Kim Kardashian one, I recommend getting this because it's really well priced. I'm pretty sure it's about $20 compared to her, I think it was like $48 US, and like you get a tiny bit of product. Like, I fuck with the Kardashians so hard, and I have a bunch of Kylie products. I love Kylie's brand, but I just couldn't get on board with that. It was so overpriced for like such a small amount of product, because even if it did work well and I wanted to repurchase it, like I can't afford to keep spending like nearly $50 US on a contour stick. It's just not practical. So I think this is a really awesome dupe, and I highly suggest it. Next favorite, we're going to move on. So I'm doing like a mixture of like hair, beauty, and makeup. So the next one I want to talk about is the Ouai. I don't know how to say it. Is it Ouai? I don't know. The Ouai Repair Conditioner and Shampoo Duo. So I've had these. Well, I've had the conditioner since I was in America. I bought this in Sephora when I was there because I've heard really good things about it, and I'm obsessed with Jen Atkin. I think she's so amazing. And it worked amazing, like so good. I have super damaged hair, super brittle hair, so I was on the hunt for a good repair conditioner, and these are on the pricier side, but if you do have hair that needs a little extra love, putting in some more dollars into finding a good brand and not just buying drugstore products, just because if you buy like Tresemme or like those kind of like lower end brands, I guess your hair, you're just putting like a mask over the damage of your hair. You're not actually repairing it. But I have been using these for like, I've only recently bought the shampoo because I ran out of my previous one. So I wanted to get the matching one. I bought it actually off Cult Beauty, and Cult Beauty, oh my god, I'm obsessed with Cult Beauty. I don't know if you knew, and I'm not sure if this is relevant in other countries, but I know in Australia, you actually get discounted products on there. So I'll just give you an example. I had to recently purchase the Anastasia Dip Brow, and Sephora, usually I'll just run into my local Sephora and pick it up there, but they were completely out of stock of the blonde. So I was like, well, if I have to buy it online, like, I might as well get it off Cult Beauty. And originally it's $36. It came down to about $25. So the reason that products are cheaper in Australian dollars on Cult Beauty is because they are a UK brand, or like a UK retailer, that's probably the better word to use, and they need to charge tax. So they usually include that in the price, but if you are out of the UK, you actually get a discount. And I've tried to work it out before, and I'm pretty sure it's just under 20%, which is massive. So that's really good. And any time that they have something that I want, I always go there. Like, I will go there before I go to Sephora. I'll wait out the extra week of shipping because it is a huge discount, especially if you're buying a lot. So long story short, I bought them off there, and they were cheaper than what they are in Sephora, even though they sell these in Sephora in Australia. So if you don't want to wait the shipping, you don't really care about the discount, you can pick these up in Sephora, and they are awesome. So moving on to the next product. Shit, I've already been talking for 10 minutes. Fuck. The next products that I'll be talking about, like, these were well loved on YouTube, and I picked them up because of the hype. YouTube totally made me buy these, but holy crap, they are beautiful. It is the Stila Magnificent Metals Glitter and Glow Liquid Eyeshadow. These are so amazing. You probably don't need me to swatch these because you probably have already seen it on YouTube. If not, look it up. They are messy, so I couldn't be bothered. But they are so beautiful. I don't use them too often because they are a super chunky glitter. They dry down amazing and they don't budge, but I feel like it is a bit more of a commitment. And I wore these at Splendor and they didn't budge. The only negative I will say about these is the fact that you can't put liner on top of them. I tried it once and it literally, because they're so chunky and they're so, I don't even use the word, they're such a thick coating on top of your eyes that if you try and go over it with liner, it literally is like road bumps and it's just so hard. So the more recent times that I've used these, I've tried not to wear liner, or if I have worn liner, I've put the liner on first and then kind of tried to go on top with it, and then just like fix up the eyeliner where like it may have like fallen onto. So these do have a little bit of fallout, but it's not too bad, honestly. Let's talk about some lippies. So the first lippy I'm talking about, I'm actually wearing on my lips today, and I think I've discovered my new favorite lipstick formula. So it is the ColourPop Lippy Sticks formula, and I've got the shade She Bad. So I've been wanting to try these for a while just because they are so cheap, so affordable, and I do know a couple of people that have used them in the past that have raved about them, but I just thought I'd pick up a nude, like a colour I knew I'd wear every day, and holy shit, I wore this so much, and these are so pigmented and opaque, and it's such a comfortable formula. I am wearing a lip liner under this, so it is a little bit drier than what it normally is, but it like literally has the staying powder of a liquid lipstick, especially if you put a lip liner underneath, but it doesn't have the heaviness. It can dry up a little bit, but for the price, I can't complain. And I've been putting off making another ColourPop order recently just because I've bought so much of their website in the last year that I'm probably keeping them in business. So I'm just kind of waiting until there's a bunch of things that I want to get from ColourPop and just doing a huge haul. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Next off, I've got the Hourglass Femme Nude number 6. So this is just a lipstick. It's really basic, but oh my god, it is one of the most beautiful lipsticks ever. I've had this for so many years, so it's not new or anything, but I have such a huge collection of lipsticks. It was like the first thing in makeup I got into so long ago, and I stopped using it for whatever reason. I probably just was sitting at the back of my makeup collection. I forgot about it, but I picked it up recently, and oh my god, it is the perfect everyday lipstick. If you just want to put on a little bit before you go to work, it's so easy to work with. It doesn't dry up. It doesn't feel like you've got anything on your lips at all, and I can't hardly suggest it enough. They've got a range of different nudes, obviously, I think for different skin tones, and this is it's like a my lip color, but better. So next up, so it's a perfume. So it's I don't even know what the brand it really is, but I'm pretty sure it's like the Urban Outfitters brand beauty stuff. So it's Pistachio Brulee. So I bought this when I was in America most recently this April. And there's a bit of a backstory behind this. So I have another one of these in a different scent, and I bought it originally years ago, my first New York trip, and it just became the scent that I associated with America. So like it had so much nostalgia for me. And unfortunately, Urban Outfitters, you can ship Urban Outfitters stuff to Australia, but not the perfume. They don't ship perfume for whatever reason. So I could never refill it, so I was using like tiny bits here and there. And so I went back to America this year to get like 5 refills, and they no longer sell it. And I was so heartbroken. I went to, I'm not even exaggerating, about 20 to 30 Urban Outfitters to find this, and not one had it. The closest I could get to that scent was they had a hand cream in the scent. So I bought that. I was just like, I guess this works, but I bought that in lieu. But I did find this one. This is the new one. They didn't have it originally, and it smells amazing. And it does give me such LA vibes because I bought it in the Hollywood Boulevard Urban Outfitters. So every time I put this on, I smell it, I feel like summery. I feel like I'm in LA and like I'm not in winter. So I've been wearing it heaps in winter, and I'm obsessed with it. So if you're in America, pick up one of these. I'm pretty sure they were super cheap. I think they're about $30. They are only little, so they don't last too long, but I mean, it's not expensive for perfume. So next It is this is probably the product that I've had for the least amount of time out of everything, but I've quickly fallen in love with this and the formula. It is the Mecca Max Chic Cheek Blush in Gold Glow. So honestly, I don't know why this is called Gold Glow. The name is totally not relevant. Like, it might have little flecks of gold in it, like tiny ones, little shimmers, but it is like a corally blush, and it is so gorgeous. The formula is so amazing. It is quite pigmented, so you do need to take it in a really light hand when you apply it, but I've been loving it. I've been reaching for it non-stop. I've only had it for about a month since they launched the line. I literally got it on the day of launch. And it's the one thing from the collection that I bought that I've been reaching for the most, and it's just such a nice everyday blush. So, like, do I even really need to say anything? Everyone loves this palette. It was amazing. I've gotten so much use out of it. I don't know if you can see, but Forever Lit, oh my god, Forever Lit is really dug into. So I really hope that they continue to stock this, and I'm actually considering buying a backup of it just because I know I'm going to run out of this within probably 6 months. But it's so beautiful, such a nice palette, and honestly it is probably the only glow kit that ever really attracted me to the glow kits. Like, the rest of them only had, like, I'd say like one shade that I'd say like I'll use that every day, but this one is so nice and it's so versatile. I've used the shades for highlighter, I've used them for blush toppers, I've used them for eyeshadows, for inner corner. Like, it is so versatile for a highlighter palette, and they did so well with this. And yeah, it's amazing. Okay, so let's go on to a couple of skincare products that are my favourite. So during winter, at the start of winter, I picked up these. So I originally bought, this was the first Mario Badescu thing that I bought when I was in America. I bought it in California because it was really hot there, and I felt like I needed something to use, like, I don't know, not instead of moisturizer, but like something that wasn't as heavy as moisturizer, so I could only use a little bit but still get hydration. Anyway, I'm in love with this. It is really good. Since I've been back in Australia, I have replaced using toner with this, and I know that's probably like a bit of a faux pas, but I found so many toners I would use, or every toner that I would ever use would just parch my skin, dry it out heaps, and I find that this just adds an extra layer of hydration whilst kind of doing the job of the toner. So I really love this. I haven't actually tried the pink one. I think it's like the rose spray, the Cult product, but I don't even want to try it because I don't want to stray from this, and I cannot fault this. It's like $9 in Australian. I wish they would come out with the big ones like they have for the rose, because I go through one of these like every like 3 weeks, because I use it day, night to put on top of my makeup whenever I feel like it. It is amazing. The next one is the Mario Badescu Cleansing Milk. Enough words to express how much I love this product. So I bought it just to test it out because it was cheap. It was about $17, which for skincare in Australia is really, really cheap. The cleanser that I was using before this was $37, and it had the same amount of product in it, so I was running out of it just as quickly and having to splurge and get that every about 6 weeks. But this isn't as bad of a splurge, and I honestly feel like it is exactly what my skin needed during winter. So I'll use this, I'll still take my makeup off and then use this as well, and it takes off all of your makeup. It leaves my skin feeling so smooth, and like even with like cleansers I would use that were for dry skin, I would still feel like I need to moisturize now. But this leaves my skin feeling like a baby's butt. And so if you have dry skin, I strongly suggest giving this a go. It's really not that expensive, so what can you lose? And my last favorite, I've spoken about this so many times, but it is the Violet Voss Ride or Die palette. I don't think I need to say too much. If you saw my Instagram post, you would have seen. It is everything you need in an eyeshadow palette. If you're not someone that has the desire to go out and buy new eyeshadow palettes every 3 days like me, then this might be something you would like to invest in. It is not a cheap product by any means. I think if you were to buy it in Australia or in Australian dollars, it would come to over $100. but you get so much product with this. I could not see someone ever running out of this ever. Whenever I travel, this is always the first thing I look to bring. I bought it when I was in America. I bought it from Ricky's, I think. They had it in stock. I was so happy. Yeah, I've used it literally non-stop ever since I've gotten it. It has been a godsend and I highly suggest it. So now let's move on to a few of my disappointments from winter. So first off, let's start with the most trash product. It is the Ardell Brush On Lash Adhesive. Ardell, you did not nail it with this product. So I bought this when I was in America. I bought a lot of makeup when I was in America, just so you know. Because all the lashes that you buy there don't come with lash glue. I'm kind of trash and I've never ever bought lash glue before. I've always only used like those mini ones that come with it because I'm trash. I use this, like I've used a good amount. I gave this a good fucking try. I wore lashes quite a bit when I was in America. I never really wear lashes now because I hate them. They're annoying. They hurt my eyes and I cry pretty much every time I try and put them on. Moving on. I tried this heaps and it just didn't work for me. I honestly thought it was me because I am not good at putting on lashes and I'm totally aware of that. I'm self-aware. But as soon as I got back to Australia, I used some lash glue that I had sitting around and it was fine. I was like, it must be this. It just doesn't stick. It does not stay on your lashes. They fall off on the edges and it just doesn't work, and I would not suggest this lash glue to my worst fucking enemy. Do not buy it. Do not waste your money. It is a piece of fucking garbage. Bye. Let's talk about second most trash product that I used this winter, the e.l.f. Hydrating Face Primer. So I saw on Pinterest that someone said this was a good dupe for the Smashbox Hydrating Primer, and they could not be further from the truth. They were straight up lying. They stole my money and I need to send them a check in the mail to give me my money back for fucking lying to me, because this is the worst thing I've ever put on my face. It is straight silicone. It is in no way hydrating. In no way covers my pores. I don't know what purpose this is meant to serve because it's not hydrating. It's silicone based, so it doesn't even hide my pores. If anything, it accentuates my pores and all of my texture, and makeup just doesn't sit on it. Don't buy this. Don't waste your money. Okay, so let's talk about something I'm really sad about. NARS. If you watched my video about me, you would have seen that I am cruelty free, so I don't buy anything that's tested on animals. NARS. It's 2017 and you felt the need to start selling in a country, in a market that tests on fucking animals. Are you kidding me? I am so pissed off. I've never been more pissed off about a brand selling out than I was about NARS. I have so many NARS products and I spent so much money on this brand. I'm not going to throw these out. I will use them up, however, I will never buy from them again. Unless they stop testing on animals, I will never buy from them again. I'm so sad because I'm obsessed with them. Like, I'm obsessed with the Laguna Bronzer. It's like my contour powder go-to. I love it. When I run out, I don't know what I'm going to do. Anyway, I just wanted to talk about this. Not so much a disappointing product, but disappointing circumstance that happened with the makeup brand that I felt the need to discuss. So we've got only 2 more products and they're both palettes. So I'm going to be really quick with this and say that, as I said in my review, I do like the palette, I do like the colours. However, I am still disappointed in this, and I would be lying if I didn't mention this. Because it doesn't perform like Modern Renaissance, and everyone knows that. It's hard to work with, and it's just so heartbreaking because the colours are everything. The colours scream me and they make me want to jump out of my comfort zone and use other kind of colours, but I'm just so scared every time I go into this that I'm going to step out looking like a fucking clown. So I just don't risk it and I reach for other things with similar colours. So yeah. So the last product is this Becca Chrissy Teigen palette. So this is actually a really beautiful palette and I love it, and I've been obsessed with it ever since it came out. I'm obsessed with Chrissy Teigen. She is queen. She is goals. If I was a celebrity, I would be Chrissy Teigen. Anyway, I bought this basically just because I wanted to support her. I saw a lot of reviews saying that this is much better for people with medium to darker skin. They weren't wrong. This is a disappointment on my part. I'm disappointed in myself for giving into the hype and buying this when I knew it wouldn't suit me. And it's beautiful. The highlights are just far too dark for me. I use them as blush toppers sometimes, but they're just such intense highlighters that it looks like I'm literally putting highlighters on my cheeks. The bronzer is nice, so I do use the bronzer. Out of everything, that's probably the only thing I use, and I wish this was a bigger pan. In all honesty, I wish that maybe they made one highlighter smaller and then made the bronzer bigger. The blush is a lot. Like, this would be much better for darker skin tones just because it is so bright pink and I look crazy every time I put it on. I even try and go in with a light hand and I still look crazy. So anyway, that wraps up my favorites and disappointments from winter. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I really had fun filming it and talking about it. If you do want to see more faves and disappointments, please let me know. These are my favorite videos to watch, as I said at the beginning of the video, so I probably will continue to film them anyway, but just let me know what you thought about it. If there's anything in here that you tried that you liked or disliked, let me know in the comments below so we can discuss. I love chatting with you guys. Follow me on Instagram. I'll leave my handle below. And subscribe before you leave. So thank you so much again for watching. I really appreciate all of your support since I started on YouTube. I've had so much fun with it and I can't wait to release more videos for you guys. So I hope you're having a great day and I'll see you next time. Bye!